Bam, we are live. How you doing, Craig? Craig 316. Everybody knows it's been a while since I've been on, but here we are. All right, Rise of the Skywalker is out. Well, it's not out officially. Uh, Last night was the premiere. Today, a lot of other people got to see the movie. There we go. That's my fault. Sorry, a little technical difficulty there on my end. All right, but anyway, tonight's discussion is going to be heavy, heavy, heavy into the Rise of Skywalker. Of course, I have Jay. I also have John John, the Star Wars dad, and we've got Maz, which is working right now, but by God, he is here. So everybody tweet this out. Let them know that let them know the live stream's on, and everybody retweet it. Let them know that we're live right now. Everybody send them a link. Let them know what's going on because we need as many people in here as possible. We're going to go through this Rise of Skywalker.
Yeah.
Which
and also the Star Wars burial. So if you're from 77 and on and from prequels, we're burying them tonight. Sorry.
Oh, absolutely. This is just something else here. All right, so like I said, I don't know what, a year ago? Was it a year ago? So yes, Palpatine is back. Now in this movie, you're going to see me jumping around a little bit, but then again, if you watch the movie, it's kind of like having 1,000 thoughts in your head at one time and trying to explain all of them, but not explain shit. So in other words, it's like trying to talk to your wife when you don't know why she's mad. That's the way that's exactly how this movie is. There's so much going on, and absolutely none of it makes any sense, and none of it is explained, and it's ridiculous. All right, so we're going to start at the beginning, crawl. Yeah, the leaks that you heard are actually real. The first leak, I mean, right there in the crawl, bam, they start introducing Palpatine. Now, look, I'm a big fan of Palpatine, a big fan of Sidious, big fan of all that, but you can't just bring back people. Now, in Star Wars canon, and this is actually canon, Palpatine is dead. Now, this was in the books. This was in multiple things. Palpatine is dead. Now, if you want to bring him back,
Lucas's words, Palpatine is dead.
Yeah, Palpatine's dead. Not like I really give a damn. Especially about this movie here. 7, 8, and 9 just don't even deserve to be in this. Well, I would say they're fan films, but I would think first you would have to be a fan in order to make a fan film.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, for the past few days, actually 4 or 5 days, I've been watching nothing but fan films, and I've seen some really good ones, really great ideas and everything else. This is not one of them. This really isn't one of them. This is just ridiculously, like I said before, it's going to be throwbacks and throwbacks and throwbacks, and you get pod races, you get which absolutely make no sense. They don't go into anything. They're just happening. It shouldn't even be there. You get Billy D back in it. Now, one thing is about Billy D is he's Billy D. Williams. Is it good to see him? Absolutely. Does he need to stoop down to this? Absolutely not. So we'll start at the beginning. At the beginning, General Organa is trying to find Palpatine. She's not actually doing it. She sent people to go find Palpatine. Well, Kylo is also trying to find Palpatine. All right, Palpatine shouldn't even be in here, but that's just how it is. I didn't write the damn movie. I'm just letting you know how it is. Believe me, if I'd have written this movie, I definitely wouldn't have written 95% of this. So Kylo is obviously trying to find Palpatine. because he has a threat to his power. Okay, Kylo still doesn't have any damn power. So, but he thinks he's going to take on Palpatine. He's going to find this Sith. There's questions that are never answered, and this is a J.J. Abrams problem.
Oh shit! Hold on, Craig. Come on. Spoilers. Sorry. We didn't announce that, folks. Sorry.
No, wait a minute. I think it's in the title. It's in the title.
I'm sorry.
If it's not in the title, it well.
Yeah.
Surprise! Surprise! All right. So the one thing that they never explained during this entire movie is, how is Palpatine alive? 2, how did he get to the Sith world? I can't even pronounce it. X something, whatever. How did he get there? The third thing is how did he build this enormous, and I do mean enormous, fleet?
Yeah.
How in the hell for the past 45 years has he been funding it, and who the fuck's been running it? At the very beginning of the movie, you see the ship come up through the ice. There has to be people to run these things, okay?
That's J.J. Abrams for you, though. Look what he did with the Enterprise, man.
Terrible.
He's got something about bringing ships out of the water, man.
You put a beer distillery.
Now, I'm going to say this about the movie. Visually, the movie felt like a Star Wars movie. There were way too many desert planets. It's like every planet in the freaking universe doesn't have any goddamn water, and they're all fucking deserts. I don't get that. I don't get that. I don't get it, because as it is right now, I don't get it. I don't get it. All right, you have the ability to move from planet to planet. Find one that has freaking water and trees, okay? Okay, so Billy. All right, I'm getting ahead of myself here. So Kylo is trying to find Palpatine. Leia sent people off to find where the source is coming from. And what we end up with is we get a lot of Rey, Finn and Poe together in this movie. Not like anybody cares. Rey is actually seen training to become an even better Jedi. How do you begin? You can't become even better. You're already the best.
So they try to bury the Mary Sue thing with just showing us that.
Oh no, Jay, it gets worse, man. It gets much worse.
I better go get some stool softener for this, right, guys?
The sad thing about this is somebody watched this movie and said, "Ooh, I like this."
Oh my goodness! Oh, it's all dead.
That's the sad thing about this movie. Well, I'm sorry. One of the sad things about this movie. So the first act, they are going from planet to planet to planet, trying to find this wayfinder. You could have come up with something better than that. But anyway, there are two. Anyway, there are more than one. There's multiples. Kylo is out searching for one as well. Kylo finds his, which is a holocron. Rey and them end up visiting Endor, where they get onto the second Death Star.
Any Ewoks?
Yes, there are Ewoks.
It's not. The puppeteering and the. This is where we get back into Star Wars. All right, it looks very Star Warsy.
Right.
It has a Star Wars feel. The music is great. John Williams did a great job with the music. He actually put feeling into where nobody else had any feeling.
Yeah.
Also, David Warwick is back.
Oh shit! Wicked's back.
Wicked's back.
Oh god, he must have a cane and look all fucking hunched over.
What?
It's
Dude,
only been 20 years.
they all look the same. You know what I mean? Every Ewok looks the same.
Yeah.
Come on. gray hair, brown hair, fuzzy. It doesn't. It's all the same.
I mean, he should be a fucking chief of a tribe by now, right? A freaking chief of a tribe by now, right?
Well, I mean, he does. He doesn't take his thing off. So I mean,
I'm going to keep quiet because Jay, you haven't heard anything yet till we get to the
I just got questions.
Sand monster.
Oh shucks. Oh shucks.
Oh my, the evil sand monster. Oh my God.
Yeah.
All right. Because this is the Canto Bite scene of episode 9.
Yeah.
It could really not exist and be perfectly fine. And honestly, I wish it didn't exist. I'm just putting it out. I wish it didn't exist, just so it wouldn't be there. It was really not good. But anyway, I'll let John go into that one because I don't even want to go into the damn sandworm.
Oh man!
All right,
you know what? And I saw a sandworm in a fan film.
It was more like a big snake.
Yeah.
And they're trying to escape, and this big snake comes out of nowhere, and it gets injured. And this is where Rey comes out of nowhere and becomes Space Jesus.
Oh my gosh! First we had Space Mary Poppins, now Space Jesus. Oh God!
Space Jesus. She heals the damn penis damn monster, dude. No bullshit. And I'll leave it at that because it happens again later in the movie. They gave her force powers that have never been seen ever in Star Wars, dude. I mean, and I'll leave it to Craig, but this shit with being able to pass lightsabers through a telekinetic bond.
My goodness, man.
Dude, their Bluetooth connection is it's great. I mean, I walk outside the house and I lose my Bluetooth connection altogether. So they have such a good Bluetooth connection that they can actually pass physical objects. That how Kylo finds Rey is by grabbing this necklace that she has. Then
Google MacGuffin.
If Anakin is in the movie.
Yes.
Physically,
no. Yes and no.
Yeah.
His voice is there. They cut all of his scenes, but his voice is there.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, they cut probably 90% of Mark's scenes as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. You get to hear him. You don't get to see him.
But I will say this much. Anybody that's watching, when the show's over, I'll put my email address out there. I don't want anyone to go pay to see this shit show. If you email me, I will email you back and I will tell you how you can watch this movie for free if you have an Android device. So I'm asking, please don't go see this shit show. Don't do it. I will give you details how you can watch this. Yeah. That's the best way to put it. It's a shit show. So,
well, 327. It gets worse for Anakin.
Yeah,
and we're going to go into that because honestly, I would rather give you all the information and everything else and let you decide if you want to spend your hard-earned money to go support these people that completely just screwed everything all to hell.
Yeah, we have Thomas the Sapling that says just got back from the premiere here. I actually really liked it. Where, Thomas? Where was the premiere at?
It would have to be in Germany,
probably. I have no idea, but I'm sorry. I just want to let you guys know that.
Yeah, well, I mean, you could pay for Jumanji, or you could just watch it for free too.
Yeah.
But anyway. So now I'm not going to go through the entire movie verbatim here. I'm just going to go through the things that they got wrong and the things that they attempted to do correctly.
Thanks.
And still got wrong. One thing is Anakin is no longer the chosen one. Yeah.
All that for nothing. All that for nothing.
Anakin was always the chosen one. George Lucas has already stated this out. That he did, and more than likely the reason that he did not go to the premiere. I can't speculate for George himself, but he does not like the way that they've dismantled Anakin's story arc. Period.
Gross.
And we all know that Anakin is the chosen one. Not anymore. Rey and her Force tuna box is the chosen one now. So,
oh no, man.
yeah. Rey is the chosen one. Now, I will say there was one part of the movie I was really excited about. She died.
Yep, and you Raylos got what you wanted. You got what you wanted.
Yeah,
you got your kiss.
I was like, yes. Damn it. But yeah. I mean, I knew it was going to happen. I mean, I'd already seen the leaks. I'd already gotten plenty of emails, and hell, y'all, I'd already told just about every one of y'all exactly what was going to happen anyway. Everybody that subscribed to the channel, everybody already knew what was going to happen. But anyway,
wow, that's and you know, the saber duel, from what I've seen, still looks terrible. I mean, first of all, the setting of this duel where they're on a piece of the Death Star and you have these massive tsunami-sized waves that are not even hitting them. I mean, wow. It made no sense. It just makes no sense. Look, this movie, guys, it's going to suck. Take it from Craig. He's been telling you this for a year and a half. He told you this for The Force Awakens and Return of the Jedi. He was on point. Why? Can I tell him? Can I tell him, Craig? Can I tell him? Can I tell him why you know this? Because he's a freaking shareholder. He's an insider. These are people that you actually get the inside source from. No one else. Anybody can say, "Oh yeah, my guy or my go." Them, they don't have nothing. This man right here has been on point since all 3 cockamamie freaking sequels. And I tell you right now, the Star Wars man is Craig. You know what I'm saying? Bottom line. He was on point. I believed it all the way. And I'm going to tell you guys something right now. Execute order number 9. Do not go see this movie.
It is.
I don't have any intention of seeing it, period.
Well,
I'm sure I'm going to see it someday, but I'm not going out of my way.
I'm kind of like the EMT that shows up at the wreck. I mean, I kind of have to. Luckily, don't have to pay for it, and like Star Wars Dad said, none of you do either. If you've got the morbid curiosity to find out how this dies, you can watch it for free. Yeah. And John will explain how you can do that.
Yeah, I will do it. Like I said, email me and I'll send you the links. We won't do it live because we're not going to get any of us in trouble for, telling live on air how to actually pirate a movie. So just email me. I'll put my email address, in the comments down here. You can email me. I'll be able to send the links for you guys. And you can actually pirate the movie and watch it for yourselves. Don't go spend money and give Disney any money for this bullshit that we got. I mean, we got to boycott this shit inside and out, man. Mm-hmm. I mean, The Last Jedi, I'm having to watch my mouth here, was...
It's very hard, man. It's hard.
I know. It was a crap show. Crap. I mean, it was a real crap show. And I can't describe what this new movie is without just being as nasty as nasty. I'll just say it's trash. I mean, if you're a true to God Star Wars fan, it's trash. But I will say we do have hope with this next coming year, though, because the new Ghostbusters looks pretty good. Wonder Woman looks pretty good. And I don't know if anybody else saw the Top Gun trailer. Dude, that looks amazing.
It does. I'm so glad they didn't bring back Kelly McGinnis, man. She looked like a used rug.
Yeah.
In the face, yeah.
Yeah, there are some virtue signaling in this movie. There's a background lesbian kiss. There's
no shucks, no shucks, Craig.
Yeah.
I don't care. Whatever. I honestly, I don't care. I don't care. This movie, I don't care. The franchise, I don't care. I did care. I don't care.
If I may answer D. Pensac's question, I've got the short list of who dies in 9. We want to go through that real quick?
Sure.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Okay. The people that die in 9 are Bulio. I don't know who the hell that is. I think that's that slug-looking thing.
Yeah.
General Hux.
Yep.
General Pride, who's brand new. Leia.
Who is the one that got General Hux?
I'm trying to remember who offs him. Because he goes traitor on the First Order.
Yeah. See, Hux is all out to destroy Kylo Ren because Kylo is now supreme leader.
Yeah.
So Hux is like everybody's, just like it's been said for the past year, he's the turncoat. He's the one that's feeding information. He's the one that's, the other thing that they don't really explain is this is supposed to take place 1 year after The Last Jedi.
A year after.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Imagine that 1 year's worth of training, and Rey can do it all.
She could do it all after like having finger sex with Kylo. So
Yeah,
a year is a lot.
She can appropriate a Skywalker name, which now belongs to the Palpatine family.
Yeah.
Now here's the thing with the Skywalker name. Rise of Skywalker. All the Skywalkers are dead. And Rey just takes the name Skywalker.
Yeah.
At the end of the movie, on Tatooine, she's watching the twin sunsets, which is a great callback to Luke watching the twin sunsets. But just to take the name, I guess, in today's society, if you want to be a cat, you can identify as a cat. So if she wants to identify as a Skywalker, I guess she can identify as a Skywalker. But
wow. Do you see what they did there? You saw what they did there?
The end of the movie, though, she's got everything because she raised Luke's X-Wing out of the water. She has Luke's X-Wing, right?
Right.
She has R2-D2 along with that little
BB-8
little, gotta watch my mouth, but
Dio,
which technically is Pose.
Yeah. I mean, everything that was good and grand about Luke Skywalker and the rest of our characters, Rey's inherited it all. Every last bit of it.
Inherited. She took it just like Batwoman took all of Batman stuff and said, "Oh, this suit is gonna look better on a woman."
I don't think "took" is the correct word. I think
not inherited.
No, I don't think it's not the fact that she took it. It's she was entitled to it.
Yeah.
it's a gesture at the end of the film that doesn't work, like Craig was just describing. Anybody can be a Skywalker, just like at the end of The Last Jedi, Rian Johnson was describing with his stupid broom boy scene. Anybody can be a Jedi.
Yeah.
I have actually seen this myself already. I've seen the entire movie. There is a scene in the movie that really ticked me off because if anybody knows me, I'm huge on like lightsaber lore and how the Force works. There was a scene in the movie where they hint after all this time that God, I can't even remember his movie. What's his name? The Black Stormtrooper. Not Poe, but Finn. Finn might be Force sensitive.
Oh gosh. Wow.
Well, now in this movie, Finn has an attraction to Rey. We all knew that was coming, but he doesn't get a chance to express any of that to Rey before.
Well, I mean,
before the icky happens. I mean, it's just it's so cringeworthy.
That's crazy.
And it was one of the last reshoots that they did, and which is why I kept telling y'all. I mean, I don't know anything about that because once they do the last reshoots and the final edit, I mean, there's so much stuff that got edited out of this movie. Matter of fact, the movie is I think they got about 4.5 hours of video of footage, and of course, the movie's not 4.5 hours long. There's tons of this movie that they cut out that really should have been in there. Right. And tons of this movie that's in there that really should have been cut out.
Well, this is one of
even the editor of the movie was like, damn.
Watch the movie though. The visual effects for this movie are mind blowing.
Oh, of course. I mean, something's got to give.
Latest and greatest, and it's ILM. So,
whoever came up with the sets and the visuals, it's a masterpiece to look at. It really is. It's a true to God masterpiece to look at.
Damn.
But the movie's plot points, you're looking at this as a Star Wars fan, like, number one, are we in Twilight? This, and then two, as a Star Wars fan, nothing makes sense about this movie. Not the first damn thing makes sense. They don't answer the question about how's Palpatine back. They don't answer it whatsoever.
No.
There's I think only 12 minutes of Palpatine in the entire movie.
Wow.
Yeah, I think it's 12 minutes.
You guys,
you get to see the interaction between him and Rey very early on. The first interaction, like very early on in the movie, and that's gonna be like, ooh, until you start thinking about it.
Yeah.
You think, wow, this is great, man, cool. I get to see Palpatine. I get to see Sidious again. I get to see the Emperor. But then you start thinking, how? But that's never explained.
Yeah.
Yeah. And somebody who's I don't know, I all the books and everything else, and even the Book of Sith and how they save themselves and holocrons but it's just their knowledge. It's not their essence. However, Palpatine being from Plagueis and you get all right, but you'd have to figure that out. But it's already been explained in canon that he's dead. But then again, they busted canon wide open with this movie.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. Did you guys see what Jonathan Garcia wrote up a couple of lines after Daytona Falls here? After, there's certain uploaders that are crying when they make streams. I just want to tell you guys, please do not make fun of them.
No,
do not leave anything nasty because of course they're gonna be in their feels. Simply because it's a love. It's something we all grew up on. You know what I mean? It's very hard to see something be dismantled and then put together into something that's unrecognizable. And that's what's happening. So the most we could do is just feel with them. You know what I mean? Give words of encouragement or whatever. And
as fans, we're all eating a turd sandwich today.
Oh yeah,
absolutely. Absolutely. And I feel bad for those that actually held out hope for this. Of course, I've been, all the way up until the last video that I made, I tried to explain exactly what was going to happen. And sure enough, it's exactly what happens. And, I didn't write it. I hate to make people feel bad.
Hell, the four of us could have written a better movie than this.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I'm sorry. And to spoil it for everyone else out there too, though, Han Solo does show up in this movie.
Yes.
Han Solo shows up in this movie.
Absolutely. Go ahead, John. Because I mean, I knew it was coming, but I'm like, how are you going to get it in there? Because one, he's not a Jedi. He can't. He's not one with the Force. So how are you going to put it in there? Because I knew it was coming.
He shows up basically like a ghost, but not a Force ghost. But I don't know how you describe this crap because he talks to Ben, well, what used to be Kylo Ren, and now he's Ben. And he's sitting there having a conversation with him and just, okay, you know what you need to do now, son.
And this is when he,
I can't tell if Jay's happy or cringing.
Qui-Gon Jinn,
if that's all it takes to redeem somebody, because look, all right, so I'm gonna give you my exact thoughts when I see the scene. Oh, there's Han. What the fuck? I'm sorry. I should have said that, but that's exactly what I was thinking.
You opened up the floodgates.
But I mean, it's exactly the first thought.
Han Solo coming back.
And here's the thing: is I knew it was there. I knew it was happening. I knew it was coming. And I still had that same reaction.
No. The worst. Palpatine. I have all the Sith inside me. And
this
Rey
movie.
Said, well, I have all the Jedi inside of me.
Oh, this movie. This movie is gonna stink worse than Badger nuts.
Well, the video that I sent y'all guys certainly would prove that Rey has all the Jedi in her.
Yeah.
Y'all remember that video?
Yeah.
So, but anyway, we're getting way off subject, and we're gonna keep this family friendly because we don't need to go. We don't need to go adult content. So,
man,
how about the rest of that list of deaths? We got Leia, Ben, Snap Wexley. Shit. Rey dies for a bit. She pulls a Harry Potter 7, and Palpatine, of course. That's your death list.
Oh, you forgot. Boy. Admiral Gender Studies. She's back in it.
I just got a thing.
Wait, hold on. Did somebody just say Haldo comes back too? Hold on, wait a minute. This movie's gonna be the worst. They bring him. Didn't she die? Didn't she disintegrate in between?
We all thought so, right? But the thing is, she's in the movie, and they don't even explain how she's back, dude.
Pensac, Matt Smith is not in the movie. You know what? The Liam Neeson did a scene too. They cut that out. Like Craig said, there's a lot of crap that got cut.
Oh my god! Oh, I just lost my shit, bro. Oh, good.
The thing is, it would have been great for the fans to be able to see Hayden Christensen. He did tons of scenes, and they cut every one of them.
See, that's the thing. This is why I'm laughing, because they decided to cut Hayden off, but they give us back gender studies. They give us back Captain Kool-Aid. Oh my goodness, guys. Oh my God!
They D says they subverted their subversion.
Oh man. Oh.
Okay. All right, Shaq. The holocron that you see, is not what's keeping him alive. The holocron is a wayfinder, as well as the Sith relic is a wayfinder. However, Kylo's wayfinder gets destroyed. Well, actually, he destroys it, so Rey has to take him with her, or would take him with her in order to go to Palpatine.
But it makes no sense. It makes no sense how he's alive, because he's on this arm that's like this medical arm that's like dragging him around and he has no eyes when you first see him. I mean, he's got like hollowed out eyes. He doesn't even look like Palpatine. He's like
he's a Jim Henson puppet.
and Ian's makeup makes him look younger than he was in Return of the Jedi. Younger than he looked in Return of the Jedi.
I mean, he did get to suck Swallow, so he sucked force sucked. I guess force sucked would be the word. He force sucks Swallow. So maybe maybe that swallow energy is what made him look extremely young. But
man,
it
my goodness. This is man. They might as well have brought back Boba Fett, man. For
Okay.
we might as well, right? I mean, if you're gonna go all out, bring back all the characters we've been wondering about. You know what I mean? I would show the part where Boba says, "I escaped the Sarlacc pit because I could do that." You know what I mean? And just
I'll tell you this much: I was expecting, with as much punches as they were trying to put in this movie, I was expecting to see Space Jesus raise Captain Phasma, man.
right out of nowhere with a gold
Captain Phasma inside me too. You know, I have all the Jedi. I might as well have Captain Phasma in me too.
Oh, guys, man! All I want to say is rest in peace, Star Wars, George Lucas,
Johnny,
the real Star Wars.
Well, Johnny, if you remember this from Episode 4, Luke wasn't an inexperienced pilot either.
Right.
Luke was one of the best pilots on Tatooine.
Exactly.
So that really doesn't hold water either. Now, Rey has never piloted a damn thing in her entire life. Yet she can do the most amazing maneuvers that even Han couldn't do in his own damn ship.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
If you remember A New Hope, you know, when they're talking about can the computer, you know, hit the target, Luke makes a comment, hey, we used to hit womp rats that size.
Yeah.
You know? And we used to bullseye womp rats, you know, from whatever distance he was talking about. So, yeah, he was pretty damn amazing as a damn pilot. And then he had a little bit of force training, but, you know, if you read A New Hope, the novelization of A New Hope, what actually really sinks that torpedo was force powers from Kenobi. It was the last bit that he had to give, and
pushed it in there.
Yeah, Luke sank it, but Kenobi's last bit of energy that he had to give just pushed it down the tube.
Yeah, and in a way, they did display that because he said, Luke, use the Force. Remember before he shot it, and Luke just concentrated, focused, and he shot that shit in there. So I think they try to do it just like, you know, and they showed it, and I guess, you know, people like us had to put that together.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. But like I said, once again, I like to say rest in peace, you know, to the real George Lucas Star Wars, man. You know, it's never going to be the same again. Nothing will be made like this. I'm also going to say, for future reference, everybody, if they try to remake A New Hope, Empire Strikes Back, reboot any Star Wars, I'm telling you right now, man, listen, you would have to be all types of ADHD, and no offense to anyone, but you there's something's got to be wrong with you if you're going to actually accept this and think that it's going to be better than the originals.
Now,
the prequels aren't looking that bad now, aren't they?
Now, there's a rumor. I don't know if it's true because I didn't see it. There's a rumor somewhere throughout the movie they've got Brie Larson dressed as Ahsoka. Now,
I didn't see that.
I did not see that at all, but there's a rumor that it's a brief clip where Brie Larson's dressed as Ahsoka.
Oh God, yeah, they said she's. Oh no, yeah, that's another thing.
Unless it was a background character, it wasn't anything that I saw.
Well, they said her voice. They said they changed it up to a voice. They said a voice is thrown in there somewhere.
I don't know.
Did they kill Ahsoka?
She was actually in costume as Ahsoka, but like I said, she could have been a background character or something. I didn't see it. I didn't see it, but I don't know. And you know, as there's scenes where you've got hundreds of people in the background too. But what was funny though, at the end though.
Yeah, Johnny, I'm really upset that they cut Anakin out too. He actually had Hayden had quite a bit of scenes that were shot, and up until the last month, he was still in there. But yeah, you know, I was looking forward to seeing Anakin back. even as a Force ghost, helping out, doing this and doing that. So what we find out, all right, so to continue on with an honest review here, because I'm not saying the movie is a complete shit show, although it's a really good dumpster fire. But I'm not, I'm trying to be as honest as I could possibly be. So we learn that in The Force Awakens, when Kylo's talking to Darth Vader's helmet, anytime that you see him conferring with Darth Vader's helmet, and he has this weird relationship with Vader's helmet, which is never explained how the hell he got it, and it should have been burned all to hell. But actually, there's a fan film about how he gets the helmet, but that's not part of canon. So, well, it turns out that's Palpatine. Palpatine is every voice in this boy's head from the time he was training with Luke all the way up. Snoke was created by him. Everything in his head was all Palpatine.
Wow.
Now, if you think about this,
including Vader.
Yeah, including Vader.
Yeah.
If you think about this, it doesn't even make sense for 7 or 8. It makes absolutely no sense at all. None. When you're going with the storyline from 8, where Snoke is just trying to get a hold of Luke, doesn't care about anything else, that doesn't even align with 7, and it none of it makes any damn sense. Now, the biggest thing that really I really didn't. I mean, I like Palps, trust me. But to not explain how any of this came about is, I mean, especially when you have so much additional footage that really doesn't need to be in the movie. Like I said, it is jump to jump to jump to jump to jump.
Tell them about all the Snoke clones.
I was gonna say, isn't there something going on in the film where Snoke's very existence just is not explained with a shit?
It's not.
It's his existence isn't explained at all, but then you have all these clones of Palpatine that you see, right? But the thing is, you see all this, and none of that is explained either. I mean, it's highly ridiculous. There's so much J.J. Abrams mystery box in this movie, and you know what? If you wanted me to fill out the movie for you, I didn't need you to make it. If it's going to require 17 books to explain the movie, as I said in The Last Jedi, after it came out, if it's going to take 17 books to explain this movie, then you did a poor job of telling a story.
Yeah,
that's my initial feeling. Is there were a lot of things in here that were thrown in for fan service, which there are. There are lots of throwbacks to prequels, lots of throwbacks to the original trilogy as far as visuals, things happening around them. You actually get to see Wedge. I mean, like that. Bam. So, but the movie itself is pretty damn hollow. And I know it's really hard to make a good movie when you don't have good characters to go with it. I will say that Adam Driver did an excellent job.
Yeah.
Probably the best actor in all 3 movies.
Yeah.
Granted, they made him play a spoiled brat. That was just like a knockoff Kmart's, Vader. But he did his job extremely well.
He said Kmart Vader.
No, once again, it's the storytelling and the editing. If the audience is walking away confused on the first run, you didn't do your job.
Right.
And these guys are paid big money.
Well,
yeah.
This is my thing too, because at the very end, where Rey makes her new lightsaber. She has Luke's lightsaber, and she has Leia's.
Leia's, yeah.
Right? And she takes both crystals from them. The focusing crystal, is Leia's, which is blue, and the main crystal is Luke's, which is green. And that's where you get your damn yellow blade. And yes, it is a yellow blade.
Which we all know where yellow comes from, and yellow should not be in that blade.
Exactly. She's nowhere near that.
Well,
she's not a guardian.
That ever had yellow blades were.
She's not a guardian.
Yeah. Well, no, not a guardian. They were the temple guards.
Temple guards.
Yep.
Temple guards are the only ones with yellow.
Yep.
It's an extremely rare color to have, and it was only afforded to those. And for her to have it, blast cannon right out the damn window too. All right. So let's get to the beautiful scene, which I did actually. I thought aesthetically it was great. I thought Rey looked really good as a Sith.
Yeah.
I thought, yeah.
Yeah, but what was with that? What was with that?
Yeah, let's do this.
The only problem with the Vision, it was only 2 minutes long.
Yeah, but what was up with that that Emerson 2K cheese cutter she had?
She fought herself.
She fought herself in this.
No, but how did that weapon look being used? That
awesome.
Piece of crap. Yeah? That little fold-up switchblade thing?
Yeah, that was actually pretty damn awesome. Look, I'm going to say that the effects are great. The effects are extremely great. The puppeteering was extremely great.
Right.
Everybody that worked on this, as far as the extras and the costuming, Space Forces just don't cut it for me, dude. I laugh, and that's a good reason to laugh. The Sith troopers being completely just regular troopers, but in red.
But Craig, they fly now.
Yeah, that they threw a ton of one-liners up in there, trying to make this movie funny.
Oh gosh!
And Jonathan Garcia said it right. Only Rey can defeat Rey. So now I will say that was a great scene, and had it taken that turn, and she sees this after it's explained to her I guess her role in the galaxy that she's been looking for.
Right.
Right. So, damn. So anyway, it's visually it's great. I wish they would have taken it in that direction. If you're going to redeem Kylo, well, let's make Rey fall.
Terrible.
Well, we all know that the Force is the Force, and it's going to balance itself.
Right.
So explain to me how it balances itself. If Palpatine is alive, Kylo is, well, there, but yet you only have Rey. Oh well, I guess they're including Leia, but I mean, we all know that Leia didn't do anything. They cut all them scenes out of the movie. That was going to be actually in the opening scenes where Luke was training Leia, but that didn't happen either. They cut all those scenes too. So you're left with a big how did Leia train? How did Leia know this? Leia was basically staying alive until Kylo redeemed himself, and then she died.
Isn't it implied that she pushes Han's ghost to Ben or some crap?
Yeah. The way Kylo sees that is because Han's obviously not a Force ghost, but it still gave me that WTF moment. I was like, but this is all done by Leia, because we all know that shit can happen now, because Jedis can do that. There's lots of Force stuff in here that Jedis have never been able to do.
Yeah.
Now, messing with somebody's mind, we all know that Sith users have been able to do that for years, make them see things, make them, but obviously Leia's not a Sith. But yeah, that's how that interaction came about, which is when he took his red lightsaber and dumped it and decided he was going to become Ben Solo again.
That on paper, at least, that part right there just sounds so cringeworthy.
It's even worse when
you see this shit.
Run, Green Lantern.
the power of Force heal. There's only one canonical Jedi that we know of that ever possessed that power, and that was Yodel.
Skittle?
Yeah, Yodel,
I know. Fuck you. I'm messing with you.
But
Yodel.
she was unique with Jedi because she wouldn't even pull her lightsaber. She would not ignite her lightsaber.
She was pacifist.
No, she was probably stronger with the Force than Yoda himself. She was a true to God. She would have been what I call a true Jedi. She had the philosophy of like Qui-Gon Jinn, to actually bend to the will of the Force instead of manipulating the Force.
I wonder what she sounded like speaking.
I'm not even. I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I don't know because the only time we see her is in episode 1.
And all she does is nod her damn head, right?
Well, I think the real deal with the devil about this film aspect is it is the fact that it is a retcon, but that it's JJ retconning the entirety of the Force, the Jedi, and the Sith mythos that Lucas created.
And retconning, actually, you're retconning episode 6. You're retconning Return of the Jedi.
Yeah,
that's a really disappointing part of that too. A lot of the critics that I was reading their reviews, and they were upset that there was so much fan service in the movie. Okay, well, I'm not upset that there was so much fan service in the movie. The movie was just terrible to begin with. It's all over the place. Seriously, it really is all over the place. Like whoever wrote it needs medication in order to get their thoughts organized.
I mean, you've totally destroyed canon with this one. I thought The Last Jedi was bad with destroying canon, but this movie, it just obliterates everything that came before it.
So if y'all guys have any questions in the chat over there about anything that you want to know about the movie, just make sure to put them in the chat there, and we'll make sure to get to you.
Well, I have a question. What's with the C-3PO on the Boba Frick, which sounds like Boba's prick?
Okay.
Babu prick.
Okay. When they get the Sith dagger, they have to translate the Sith dagger. Okay. C-3PO is able to translate it, okay, but his programming does not allow him to actually give the contents of it. He actually shuts down, right?
All right.
And they have to take him to this Boba Frick character that has to reactivate him to get him to do his thing to be able to translate. That's where you see his eyes glow. It's not from him becoming evil. It's from a power boot and everything running through him for the translation.
Now, does he do any battle?
No,
he's just there for the translation. That's it. They use him like a Jim Henson puppet, and that's it.
He's just an interpreter. He's just an interpreter.
Well, he does his job. He does his final translation, basically.
Yeah.
And it's the most forced scene in the movie when he's just looking at my friends. No, you're not. You're not looking at your friends.
How are they your friends? How you don't even know these jerks?
No. He's not looking at Poe, Rey, and everybody, because what it does a memory wipe on him.
Right.
Looking at Bubba Frick and saying, "This is my friend."
Right.
That's the only person he recognizes. And Poe looks at him and goes, "What you looking at, C-3PO?" And he goes, "I'm looking at my friends." It's so damn forced. It's you would think he's looking at Poe, Ray, and everybody. He's not.
So basically, then who is he saying this to?
To the little monkey dude.
Oh, okay. I guess. Oh, well, I mean, we can take it as him saying, I'm looking at all my friends," meaning like he was running his last memory, bank. He was running through it and looking at everything that that he knew and experienced before he wiped out. I guess, right? Because he did look down to R2.
Yeah. Well, R2, dude. R2 is like a side character in this movie. I mean, off to the side character.
Just like in 7, he was just shoved in the corner.
Yeah. Euler Greg asked, did they ignore hyperspace ramming in the space battles? Yeah, because
because you could have wiped out everybody.
I was about to say Palpatine reached up and forced lightning like
half the damn armada.
Yeah.
Now, if he was able to do that, why did he need the damn Death Star?
Exactly.
That look, and why did he need the Armada? If the Armada, Craig, from what we hear, was they all had each and every one of those starships. Each and every one of those had the power of the Death Star, from what I hear.
Yes.
So he really didn't need all of that. That was exaggerated, then, right? Basically.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
I wouldn't even need to fight anybody if I had one of those ships. I could just take out as many as I wanted to take out.
Yep.
Oh my goodness. This is a mess. This is a mess.
Yeah, Porgs were in the movie. They were in the movie. They were on Act 2.
And JJ's really upset that he didn't have a baby Yoda.
Yeah.
No, I'm upset because they didn't show a Rancor for the last time. I wanted to see a Rancor for the last time, man. That would have been awesome to see a Rancor actually in battle. Like that would have been awesome.
The Rancor was at the premiere. Kathleen Kennedy was there.
With her twin. With her twin. That's what makes it even worse. May showed that to me, and I about fell out of my chair. You got Kathleen Kennedy on the right and her twin sister on her left.
Yeah,
double.
That was the big horrifying reveal of the film. There wasn't anything in the film. It was Kathleen Kennedy's twin sister, Connie.
Wait. She's got a twin?
She has a twin sister, and she brought her to the premiere last night. There were two of them in the frame at once.
Yeah, you know why, right? That was just in case people were throwing backlash, and she actually had to slide out through the back door.
That was a body double. That's exactly what that is.
Yeah, she was a decoy.
It's really bad. Even when the shills look at the movie and go,
Oh yeah, John Campea. That listen, I don't like him. Now he's trying to play devil's advocate. Now listen, buddy, go back to the hole you came out from. We know that you were
Scott Mendelson and John Campea tweeted they hated the movie at pretty much just about the same time last night.
Now, I'm not a shill. I've never been a shill for any movie or for any company. I just give it feel like it is.
10 years ago, I used to love Campea. 10 years ago. I mean, he was spot on. Disney must be putting some mega money in his pocket.
If he got to go to the premiere last night with everybody else, all the stars, then yeah.
Oh,
Campea, he was there.
Oh, yeah, but
he was physically there.
Listen, the main thing here that we should all find disrespectful, since we follow Star Wars since '77 and we're the old school '77 guys and have been there, wasted money on all types of merchandise and collectibles, and right, we should find this very disrespectful and not see this movie at all because George Lucas wasn't even there.
I have a feeling. I can't prove it, but I think he hated this movie so much that
he didn't want anything to do with it.
Well, I think Disney didn't want him there to begin with, because could you imagine George Lucas in the middle of the movie getting up and walking out with the press being there?
Yeah. And the questions they would have been asking him and stuff, and let me tell you something. This is the last run. I'm more than sure he would have been able to just tell it like it is. Just like now, all of a sudden, you got Daisy Ridley, who showed her true colors, and she jumped on the far left side already, you know, with this stuff, you know, talking about Trump supporters are crazy, right? But
hey, look, Daisy can't criticize the club if your ass is outside the club.
Exactly. But at the same time, I'm sorry, hold on. I'm sorry. But at the same time, you also have these stars like John Boyega, who spoke out against us and said they called us man baby as well. If you guys can remember that. Now all of a sudden, these guys want to say, "Oh, I didn't like The Last Jedi." Oh, but you couldn't speak about it then because you were contractually agreed upon not speaking upon it. But what about now? You're making no sense. The reason they're trying to play our strings because they know that this is going to fail. So they want us to be like, oh, so they really actually, just like everybody's with Mark Hamill, which I feel is guilty as well. You know what I'm saying? Like to say peace to Donald Trump, who's chilling over at the Star Wars dad's house. What's up, Donald? You know, it's to a point where you got to look at this now and say Mark Hamill and the rest of these guys who are coming out now saying they didn't like it, full of crap. Okay? Receptacle. It's done. It's done. We don't believe you. You're over with. You sold out. And to the new guys, you're irrelevant. You should have spoke out a long time ago. Like how many? Like freaking 2 episodes ago. 2 freaking episodes ago, you should have spoke out, but you didn't.
Well, since we...
Did you see what Joe Mama just put in the comments?
No.
Who?
Joe Mama. Oh my gosh.
Hasn't come up yet.
So I heard Ray has Luke's balls in a jar in her pocket, and you can see it.
Oh wow! Hey, I mean, there's no other way to put it.
Since we brought up Lucas, and I got my doubts now. What are y'all's thoughts on him allegedly doing shadow writing for this movie?
I don't think he did anything. I think George Lucas was like, no, that's your baby now. I'm just here to watch the ship crash, the ship sink.
And now Lucas wrote and directed multiple scenes in this movie.
Yeah, and they cut them all.
And they cut almost all of them.
Yeah.
They didn't cut quite all of them, but they cut almost all of them. And then the ones that he had his direct input on, it was completely ignored and reshot. I mean, they reshot, around 30% of the movie again. This seems to happen every time. Every time Lucasfilm does anything, they have to end up reshooting 50%, 70%, 90% of a damn movie. It's a pattern. Okay, it's a pattern.
So they bring him in as a major consultant and ignored him a second time, and it's not really a wonder that he wasn't at the premiere.
It's okay as long as they pay me. Yeah, right.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm more than sure that George Lucas's time is money, and regardless of the fact, he was like, oh no, I'm walking away with whatever you gave me, and you don't want me on the film. It's okay. You don't need me. But he's just racking in them billions, boy. I can't wait. Next year in Anaheim, California, there's going to be a Star Wars museum he's opening up. I hear him and Spielberg and the state of California, I think, doing something where he's building it. Actually, he was building it for the past 2 years, and it's going to be something. It's going to be free. We're going to be able to look and from what he's saying, it's going to be like you're walking into each scene of every. Okay, you guys can look it up.
Is that what you're talking about?
No, it's the museum. It's a museum. It's a huge museum. He's opening up a museum. Check it out, StarWars.org. It's been on the projects for 2 years. I've been reporting it on my channel. I'm telling you guys, it's going to be something great. And I'm glad George Lucas
guarantee you he'll get the theme park idea more right than Galaxy's Edge ever will.
I agree with Johnny over here in the comments. I mean, I was really looking forward to the Anakin scenes.
Yeah.
But I mean, now since you cut all that, and you made Ray is the chosen one. Ray.
Oh gosh.
Ray is now the chosen one for forevermore.
She's the chosen one. She has Luke's X-wing. She has Luke and Leia's lightsaber. Hell, she pretty much still has rights to the Millennium Falcon.
Wow, that's crazy, man.
Let's see. She has BB-8 and R2.
But the most blasphemous
she
thing,
she gets to stomp a mud hole in Palpatine's butt, like that leak that we laughed at said.
Yeah.
And by herself, Kylo does not defeat Palpatine. She defeats Palpatine.
Yeah.
that's
Palpatine kills
nuts.
her. This
Now
is what kills
she
him.
does kill She does kill Kylo.
Yeah.
With the Sith dagger.
That's crazy.
But immediately regrets it.
Oh gosh,
Yes, immediately regrets it.
no.
I got a genuine question about the movie to either of y'all because y'all seen it. What was the deal with her and Kylo and her taking a swing at Vader's helmet? What was that about?
Well, okay. So this is actually she's not all right. She is taking a swing at it, but kind of not taking a swing at it. The helmet is with Kylo, and this is done during a Bluetooth session.
Yeah.
This is done during a Bluetooth. No, seriously.
No, you
Seriously,
get-
seriously, they're Bluetoothing each other. They're Bluetoothing each other when this happens.
Throughout the movie.
Use the Bluetooth.
You get 3 or 4 of these throughout the movie because all of a sudden they'll just start fighting, man. With this Bluetooth connection. All right. I mean, but
It's like
Hello?
you're not allowed to connect to my speaker. I'm on my speaker right now. You're not allowed to connect to my speaker.
Talk about reach out and touch someone, man. Oh
Kylo
my
Ren
goodness.
is getting his butt kicked by the Knights of Ren. Oh, and if you're
looking for a bunch of if
they
you
are in this movie like a minute and a half.
I was gonna say if you're looking for a bunch of Knights of Ren in this movie, you're watching the wrong movie. It's they're there. And I kid you not.
Decoration.
You know what? The damn space horses have more screen time.
Space horses. Oh my goodness,
it's
bro.
obvious to me JJ had no idea what in the hell to do with them.
No,
Created it, and then that was just kind of it.
Guys, I got this whole movie. What this whole movie is? It's a space opera Cinderella. Think about it. Think about it. The last thing is a kiss.
Everybody remember to lick that like button down there.
Yeah, man. Use the force for the last time on that like button.
Yeah,
So we
everybody
can-
smash
so
that
we can-
like button, guys.
So we can get more people in here so we can warn them on exactly what this movie is about.
Yeah,
And-
tweet
now-
this out.
Now I'm going to give you my honest opinion on this movie, which I have so far, but I'm going to give you my rating on this thing. Okay. Now, I always rate a 1 to 10. Always. I'm going to give this movie about a 4.5. I give it now.
Out of what? Out of what?
Out of 10.
Okay.
Which is roughly around 2.5 stars. But now the reason I give it the 4.5 is for the visual effects,
Right.
which are spot on.
Yes.
Spot on and extremely great. And 2, there were plenty of times where this movie had a Star Wars feel to it.
Yes. And I will say
The story kills it. The story kills it. But
Episode 7, one of the things that impressed me about Episode 7 was the care they took to like Kylo Ren's lightsaber, the scene where he ignited it and he had it over Rey's shoulder, right? You could see the crackling and you could see how unstable that lightsaber blade, was over Rey's shoulder. And they paid that much attention to their lightsabers in this movie too. They look phenomenal.
they do. I'm telling you that the effects team did a great job on this movie. I hate to. I mean, you can't fault them. They did a great job in this movie. And one of my favorite scenes was the Rey scene of her being a Sith. I thought that was freaking awesome, and they should have went with that. I thought Sith Rey should have kicked should have kicked regular Rey's ass and then walked out of there dressed all in black with her new badass double-bladed lightsaber and then taking Palpatine's position. There you go.
Well, I gotta say, from the trailers I saw, that double-bladed lightsaber looked like the dumbest thing I ever saw until I actually saw what they did. Dude, it was great. I have to say, whoever did that concept with that, it was actually great. And that's all I can say, because the care and detail that the special effects people put into this stuff, man, I'd give the movie a 9 if it wasn't so stupid on its plot, because it looks that good.
Frank G is funny.
Frank's awesome. Frank is awesome. 327. You're right. It is kind of like, but at the stage where Rey has this vision and fights herself, at this point in the movie, had they went that direction in the movie from that point on, this would be a different movie.
Yes. Yeah.
Because we're not talking about really late in the movie where this happens. So had they done that, it would have. I would have liked it a whole lot better.
Yeah. And Carrie Russell, she's in the movie, but she's pretty much a side character, guys.
Yeah.
It is not confirmed that she is Lando's daughter. So all the rumors we've been hearing that she is Lando's daughter, we don't know. Nothing is confirmed.
Yeah, I heard about that. So what the hell is Holdo's role exactly? Is it just a quick appearance?
It's like a flashback.
Oh. This movie is all over the place.
This movie is all over the place. This movie is definitely, like I said at the beginning of the stream, and for those that have joined since the stream started, this movie is like having 1,000 thoughts at one time and trying to explain all of them at the same time.
But you're filming a Skywalker movie without a Skywalker.
That's nuts.
All of Luke, except for his voice, was completely cut from this movie.
Exactly.
This is a Cinderella Disney movie. Okay, they try to make Rey something like a new princess. Her fairy godmother was Leia. I mean, look at it. Take a look at it. I mean, from what I'm hearing, this is exactly how Disney tried to do it: a space Cinderella, a space opera, aka Space Cinderella. And then you've got all types of pixie dust going through the movie, from what I hear. And a lot of agenda. A lot of feminism. First of all, giving Rey that power and not having Kylo. Just having Kylo there, making him seem like he was like all men kick and scream, and at the end, for what? To give him his last power so he can wake her up? I mean, come on, that's some Sleeping Beauty stuff.
Well, for Rey to look at Luke as a father figure and Leia as a mother figure.
Yeah.
And what was
which is what this is.
Right.
Everybody said no. She looked at Han as a father figure.
Yeah, I was about to say that
she had very little interaction with Luke at all in Episode 8. Definitely nowhere near looking at him as a father figure. There's more interaction with Leia than Luke apparently in this past year. Sorry. It's
Did you guys hear the new lyrics to the Star Wars theme song? It goes Star Wars, they killed the Star Wars, they killed the Star Wars, they effed it up. Yeah.
They definitely screwed it up. I would give it that.
But the thing is,
yeah.
if you never saw Episode 8, you wouldn't have missed anything with this movie. I mean, it's like you went from Episode 7 to Episode 9. The only thing that you missed from Episode 8 was Luke being dead. That's it. And Danny, Danny up there, Danny Cardenas. I hope I'm pronouncing your name correctly. He had asked a few minutes ago, was there no Luke Force Ghost? No, it was cut. The only thing you hear is Luke's voice. You do not see.
Will
Luke's
always be with you.
Oh yes, good question. Good question, D Pensac. What happens to the Falcon?
The Falcon stays in Lando's hands.
As it should.
Is it destroyed?
No.
Okay, and Chewie doesn't die, which is awesome.
No,
Yes, they figured.
Chewie does not die.
He ironically dies in the EU. He's the only one that gets out of it.
Yeah.
So I saw this quote earlier and I captured it. Watching the rise of Skywalker is like telling an acquaintance you ate a potato salad once and enjoyed it, and then having that acquaintance break into your house in the middle of the night, tie you to a chair, and mash potato salad into your face and eyes for 2 hours.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Now there's
That's just wrong.
Now I got to say this was funny though, because after Palpatine's dead and everything, you've got hundreds of people around, right, and they're celebrating, right, and the character that Kerry Russell played is standing right there, and Poe looks at her, like, hey, you want to get out of here, and she looks at him and she's like, no.
Nope. Nope.
Yes, it's a thing where they're gonna do that. I mean, it's got an agenda. In other films that used to happen. One of the sidekicks just look at one of the other sidekicks and they wind up walking off at the end. And while the rest of the celebration is going on, then they go to the co-characters and the main characters, and then that's it. Scroll the end. Now.
Yeah, Danny. Danny, it is George Lucas actually wrote and directed a lot of scenes for this movie.
Did. That's just the thing. Did.
And they were cut.
Yep.
The majority of the scenes that he wrote and directed were cut. So he was to take care of the original characters and to fix and to, I guess, to put in this movie the not, I guess not like fan service, but a real look at the characters and what they would do, and all that stuff was gone. It's pretty disappointing that Anakin was taken out. I think it was like a year ago. I had made a video where, on a casting call, it was going to be Anakin or Hayden Christensen and Ian McDermott had a scene together, which they end up cutting it out, which was going to be at the end where Anakin and Luke were going to be the two behind making Kylo and Rey strong enough to fight Palpatine, which they ended up cutting because Rey can do that shit on her own.
That's so crazy. That's like castrating a man.
But she's the chosen one. So please explain to me how she brought balance to the Force if she's the chosen one. That means she's an extremely powerful Jedi, but there's absolutely not a Sith out there and no dark Force user. So
exactly.
Please explain that to me.
They have turned Star Wars into a eunuch. Okay, they have eunuch Star Wars. They have totally just, and that's it. And it's got to be subservient to the woman, and the women now are lead characters, and that's that.
Okay. Agent Airsoft. No, the vision she had, it was a vision where Rey fought herself, which was actually a great scene. But it was just a Force vision, the same as the Luke and Vader vision that Luke had whenever he was on Dagobah. So now this comes after she finds out her lineage, including Palpatine, and of course Palpatine's been messing with Rey in the beginning of the movie as she's doing her training.
God.
Yeah. which is where her frustration and everything else comes back. But she doesn't know at the time that it's Palpatine doing it. She thinks it's just in other words, she got a B instead of an A, and now she gets to pick. She gets to pitch a fit, which is where she throws her lightsaber and starts cutting down trees.
That's that. Hey, Peter Hansen, you said that right. Star Warps, but I'm gonna have to call it She Wars.
Well, there were some people that liked Rey in the beginning, and I could spin it even another way. Even though I do agree with what Jay said a minute ago, Rey deserved better. So did Finn. I mean, this was the first. What's the word I'm looking for? The first female Jedi character that we ever had in actual canon that wasn't in a video game.
Mm-hmm.
They totally messed it up. They screwed up and just threw an agenda on it. Now I think just based on what I've been hearing, and especially from you guys, that the Rise of Skywalker, it almost sounds like if there is any agenda stuff in the movie, that it's just too much of a mess to even see through it to see that.
It's so jumbled and not thought out. Yeah, especially the first act. And here's what they reshot the second and third act. They didn't reshoot the first act of the movie. And the first act of the movie should actually be a movie on its own.
Wow.
No, seriously, the first act of the movie really should have been a movie on its own. You can't take every ingredient that you have in the kitchen, put it all in one pot, and have it taste good.
Right.
The first 3 words in the opening crawl should have been a warning to anybody. God Almighty, the dead speak.
How about leave now? Right, leave now.
The dead speak.
Yeah, right. The dead speak. Star Wars.
We're not even going to build it up. No, he's just there. Just all of a sudden.
I like that, Maze. I like that. Star Wars. The dead speaks. That's what they should call this one.
They shouldn't call it Rise of Skywalker because there's not a damn Skywalker left. So
none. And Skywalker can be a title. It was never like that. Come on, man.
No.
Well, I gotta say, I did get an amazing Christmas present though. My wife's sister got this for me.
Oh, he got backstage passes to Chippendales.
But on the back,
I'm just kidding. Oh,
I remember you showing me that the other day.
I didn't see that. What is? Whoa,
Harrison Ford
$2 bill.
real autograph.
Nice.
So
Nice.
That was awesome.
So I'll throw something positive out there. Did anybody see Kelly Marie Tran at the premiere last night? She cleans up real god dang good.
Yeah, she looks nice.
She was looking pretty darn hot, but I'd much rather have seen her sister from episode 8 out there looking fine. Oh my god.
Yep.
Well, I was just gonna say it's too bad Ryan Johnson put her in a dang potato sack in that movie.
Yeah,
she sure cleans up good.
Well, James, it was more than him being invited as a consultant. George actually wrote a good portion of the script and actually directed and shot a good portion of the film that they ended up cutting. So it wasn't like he was just a consultant. He was part of this film, and they completely screwed everything that he did. And I think it was more of a we got to get this movie out of here. Hey, let's do it this way. And now it's dead.
Well,
We've killed it. It's dead. We can bury it. Move on to something else. This shows you how out of touch Disney is. If anybody at Disney had even watched what they even produce, let's just put an example of The Mandalorian. They could have made millions and millions of dollars this Christmas by having baby Yodas everywhere. But whenever they're shooting, they're 3/4 of the way shooting the second season right now. So they're almost done with the second season shooting. So they knew the first season, if anybody had watched that, they would have went, ooh, everybody's going to want one of these Baby Yodas. And it's not going to take 3 months or 6 months or whatever to, you can down thumb it if you want to. We don't, I'm just giving you the honest stuff about the movie. So, So, I mean, you can downvote it if you want. If you're an SJW, you can downvote it. I honestly really don't care. You're not downvoting me, you're downvoting the movie. But anyway, I'll get back to what I was talking about with the Baby Yodas. I mean, they missed out on a multi-million-dollar Christmas. There could have been Baby Yodas everywhere, but Disney is too stupid to be able to know and recognize their own product to know that people would want the Baby Yoda. Yeah. But you could order one now, and you can have it next. I think end of May they'll start shipping. So this just goes to show you how much they don't know about their own IP, and from now on, you're not going to get anything from them about their IP that's actually for any OT fan. So they best stay away from Brevin. They need to stay away from anything Old Republic. If they're honestly, I'd rather them not touch anything.
Nothing. And Johnny has a point here. I wish George Lucas would have been there, had gotten up and walked out of the premiere too, because that would have said something. That would have been awesome. And I think that's one of the reasons maybe why Disney didn't invite him. You think, Greg?
Yeah.
I'm looking up a question for Deep Insight. He asked what the expected box office numbers are. I'm looking at right now.
I think last I saw was they were expecting 175 to 200 opening weekend.
Wow, I don't even think it's gonna hit.
Now you're looking at a 4-day. You're looking at a 4-day opening.
MoviePlex right now is saying the expectation is this movie is probably going to only pull 910 million. It's not going to reach the $1 billion mark.
It probably won't.
I'm saying I'm saying the most 625.
No.
I'm going to say it's going to hit the 900 easy. Just now. Here's why. Morbid curiosity of how they're going to end it. Mm-hmm. People that don't know any better. People like us that just hate the damn movies to begin with, but you're just hoping to see Luke. You're hoping to see something fixed from Rian Johnson's piece of crap, and they're going to get in there, going to get disappointed, they're not going to go see it again.
Curiosity, curiosity is going to make the numbers.
Exactly, but still, 900 million is not going to put them anywhere towards making money on this movie. And the reason is you haven't seen in any of the movies that they've done in a long time, including MCU movies, the amount of advertising that has gone on. And you have to remember the amount of every time you watch TV, there's an ad.
Just into advertising alone.
Normally, you could take the budget of the movie and that's how much you're going to spend in advertising, which we know they spent way, way more than that. And we know they went way over budget, having to reshoot 30% of the movies. You could take 30% of the budget, which I think was $275 million for this one. So you could take another 30% and add that on top, which is going to put them in the $430,000 or $430 million million to make this movie. And got news for you. By the time you take that and the advertising, you're $900 million in it, making 900 million, which you're not getting all 900 million of that to begin with,
right?
Because the movie theaters have to take their take, the distributors take their take. By the time you end up doing that, you're not going to make anything in this movie. And at this point, they know they're not going to make anything on it, which is why they're just, hey, let's just get it done, get it over with, get it out. And we can focus on The Mandalorian, which is the best thing we got going, which is okay. I'm not saying it's a bad show. I think it could be better. It started off good. Now
it's missing one ingredient, right? It's
close. I don't dislike it. I do watch it.
Well, I think if it had a bigger budget, we could.
Well, good Lord, there's 15. It's $15 million an episode.
Yeah,
that's a big ass freaking budget for a 26-minute freaking show.
True.
It's the production quality of just the way it looks alone. It's very cinematic.
Yeah.
It's like a movie quality show.
Yeah. I mean, they can afford it because of the live streaming, so it's.
But Craig bringing it up the way he did, it does make me wonder, though. Yeah, they missed out on the merchandising, but maybe the reason it's so good is because the Disney high-ups haven't been paying much attention to it. They've been focused on
Star Wars. Yeah.
Maybe we don't want them paying attention to it too damn much.
They just might pixie dust that as well.
Right. I will say this much for everyone that was hoping, though, that Disney was going to bomb out and fizzle. It hasn't. Their stock has been raised by 38%. It is up by 38% with this whole Disney Plus crap that's going on.
Well, with the inflated numbers that they're showing for Disney Plus, because they're trying to get to 60 million subscribers. They had 10 million subscribers the first week, but what they don't tell you is everybody who's on Verizon plan gets a year free. There's other companies that get 1 year free. They've got deals with all kinds of people. Look, they're advertising all over freaking YouTube. They're not making a damn dollar on freaking Disney Plus.
Yeah.
They gave away too many giveaways.
And really,
forever, man.
I don't give a damn to watch 7, 8, and 9 ever again. I really don't, and that's pretty bad.
And you know what's going to be messed up about this? You know how, like on Christmas or Thanksgiving or the 4th of July, we were always used to having that little Star Wars, the original marathons,
Yeah.
Now it's going to be replaced with 7, 8, and 9 in the future. Watch. That's terrible.
Well, no, it won't, because
no.
If it's going to be played anywhere, it will be on Disney Plus.
Yeah, but Disney will go for television as well.
No, they won't.
You don't think so? You don't think so?
The only place it might be played is on ABC because they own ABC.
I think this time around, a much wider variety of people are going to hate this film.
Yeah. Not only the fandom menace is going to hate it.
Even the Raylos are pissed off. They had their little meltdown on Tumblr.
Well, the Raylos are mad because they were, like John and I had said, do all these little Bluetooth fights that were going on. Which, I mean, I'm looking at my Bluetooth right now on the damn printer, and I don't even have that strong of a signal, and that bitch is right there.
You know what I mean?
To be able to do this across galaxies and be able to actually physically pull stuff back and forth now is because even if you remember in 8 and in The Last Jedi, now granted I saw that movie one time, but I still have every little detail of it in my memory because that's how shitty it was. But when Luke is projected on and he goes by Leia and he gives her the dice. Even when Luke dies, that stuff disappears. But yet they can sit here and just Bluetooth fight all day long.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
And JJ was like, some people might be upset that there's new force powers. All right, so we all know in the video games, healing is a force power. The stormtroopers flying. That's just dumb. I don't. There are lots of aspects of this movie that are just dumb.
Comparing this to The Last Jedi, just the whole, the like I said, the greater variety of people that are going to hate it. I'm already wondering who in the world is going to defend this film and what kind of ridiculous arguments they're going to come up with. I can't wait to argue with people online about that. Well,
this is going to be a shit show with the media because the media is pissed off because now The Last Jedi is being thrown underneath the bus and the media feels betrayed because of it. So as you see, Mendelsohn and Campia, they wrote horrible reviews about this. I think they feel like they got a knife in their back by Disney because they've been shilling for this for 2 years. And then all of a sudden Disney, everybody JJ, and the entire cast is starting to come out and say this was crap.
Yeah, did you read Mendelssohn's analogy? He compared the plot of the film to a 1980s video game, like a side-scrolling Super Mario Brothers. He said the plot is laid out like a video game plot.
Yeah.
It's not good. I mean, it's just not good.
Well, I hate to say it, but we were all proved wrong with this movie, though, because some of the really, really, really bad scenes in this movie, guys, it was by the hand of Kathleen Kennedy that did it. So, with us thinking all this time that she had no power whatsoever at Lucasfilm, we were wrong, man.
Oh, wait a minute. I never said that. I said she has no power now.
Yeah, I said that.
Yeah.
I said that. So
yeah. Which Palpatine was her idea.
Yeah.
Which JJ was, man, he jumped right on it because, I mean, obviously, he was reaching for straws at the beginning of this thing going, really? We can do that? And she was like, I think that'd be great because, let's just go ahead and ruin the chosen one and give it to Force Vagina Girl over there. There
was also nothing left. Johnson killed off Luke and Snoke.
Yep.
Yeah. What Ryan Johnson, I mean, look, like I said, it could have been reversed. They could have started this off since they already got into the realm where Palpatine was able to, or Palpatine was manipulating Ben Solo from all that time. So then, I mean, in the beginning, Luke didn't have to die. Maybe Leia, of course, because, and Han, of course, but Luke didn't have to die. They could have started off episode 9 with Chewie, like I said, coming down on Act 2, right? And they see a cloaked figure. All of a sudden, he walks in. Chewie, how you doing? Chewie's like, then all of a sudden, he looks at Rey. She's holding the hilt, that was giving her all these premonitions and dreams and stuff. And Luke takes it away from her, and he tells her, and that's how they could have done it. Luke didn't have to die, but they were so busy on how to market and make money. I mean, that's what the corporate machine does, man.
If you're going to help back, the only way you could do it right is exactly how the EU books were written. You couldn't have Rey whatsoever. It would have to be a Luke Skywalker story.
Yeah.
And you would have to have the twins. You would have to have the Solo twins.
That's what we all thought that it was going to pan out to be. A whole Luke, that we were going to see the extended power of Luke Skywalker and Rey being the sidekick and the torch being passed. We knew at some point the torch was going to be passed to some Jedi. And we didn't care if it was going to be a girl, as long as she wasn't Mary sued out. She had a backstory. And Luke Skywalker's legacy would have been there. And for them, this is a blasphemy. For them to actually just put up the rise of Skywalker, to at the end of it to just say, I am a Skywalker. I am. No, that's not what. This is not what that's about. This is, look. If you're a Star Wars head and you spend money on this to go see it out of curiosity, you're helping the money machine, man. Yeah. Don't do it. Don't do it. If you want to do it, it's on you. It's your prerogative. But speaking as Star Wars fans, brothers and sisters, Jedis and Sith Lords, I'm speaking to you guys, man. Do not go see this. Execute Order Number 9, man.
I just wonder, they're at Lucasfilm, right? What the hell Dave Filoni's thinking? Does he have any say-so in this shit whatsoever? Sorry, Craig, but any say-so in this stuff whatsoever? Because he's the only one that's got a decent head on him over there. Well, Jon Favreau now, it seems like Jon Favreau knows Star Wars pretty well. I'm not going to say he's great, but I think he's getting Star Wars where it actually needs to be,
they're also working with a mostly blank slate. Disney's proven that they can't handle the lore except for Rogue One. I know you don't agree on that movie, but that's
no. I liked Rogue One.
Yeah, John doesn't.
Yeah, I didn't, because it destroyed canon again.
Well, John's gay, so
Rogue One was very good. I liked it. It had the actual Star Wars chemist,
Had a feel
behind it. Yeah, had a very good.
It looked phenomenal. Don't get me wrong, but I was bored throughout most of the movie. I mean,
because it had no lightsabers. Say it, damn it. Say it, John.
It didn't. It was just boring.
You're the lightsaber man. You can say it.
Until they got over the planet and started having the space battle, it was boring as hell. And then,
well, if you're looking for action, yeah, episode 9 is action. Now it's shitty action, great special effects, but there's a lot of action. It doesn't make any sense, and it's absolutely just pointless, and one goes this way and one goes that way, and the other one goes here, and we know who that is, and
action.
It also respects the canon of things like starships.
Okay, action, Bluetooth.
Yeah. Dude.
What was that, Maze? What was that you said?
Oh, I was just going to bring up the old analogy again of the Y-wing bombers taking a run at that Star Destroyer. That is how you properly bomb a Star Destroyer.
Yes.
Rogue One actually respected and expanded on canon a little bit with that stuff.
Yeah.
But now more than ever, though, I really want to see Trevorrow's script. And if Disney's smart, they'll keep that thing locked up, because if it comes out, I guarantee you people are going to get even more pissed off.
Yep, and untouched as well. Like don't touch it up. Leave whatever freaking formula they have on that script. Leave it that way. Don't touch it. You know what I mean? Don't put no pixie dust over it.
And just to let everyone know, though, nothing's answered, because I've been trying to figure out for the past, what is this, 7 years?
No, really, John, Craig. No, really. On behalf of the fans here in the chat and everywhere in the world that are real Star Wars fans, I'm going to ask you guys, both you guys, Craig, John, Craig, really, bro? Nothing's answered at all? And it's the end?
You don't know where the First Order comes from, period.
Nope.
You don't know why it's there.
Oh, you know what else I heard? Did Maz have a damn lightsaber? Maz Kanata?
I didn't see her with one.
No.
Okay, I had heard something about a scene where she was going to train them or some crap.
No, but the other thing is you never, Maz comes out and the lightsaber. How'd you get that? That's a story for another time. You never know that other time. You never know the story. There's so many mystery box unanswered questions. Okay, well, damn it. If I've got to fill in the blank, I don't need you.
No.
And the whole thing is they had plenty of time to do it. They had some really good scenes that could have went somewhere, and the next thing you know, bam, you're somewhere else. And it was kind of like, I don't know. I guess the movie would have been better if I had ADD, because I probably could have followed it a whole lot better. Seriously, it was so jumpy, and the first act is just so all over the damn place. It really makes it hard to, because you're trying to figure everything out.
That's crazy.
And you never really get a chance to. There's so many things that are unanswered in this movie, and like I said, the direction is all over the place. I think hollow, soulless is probably a good way to describe it. I'm giving it a 4.5. I mean, come on, that's almost a 5.
Yeah,
but
because of the special effects, basically.
But I'm giving them that because of the special effects. Plus, the special effects are great.
We've got unanswered questions in the original trilogy, like, where did Yoda come from? Who killed Luke's aunt and uncle? Little questions that are unanswered, but it makes for great storytelling. That's just the thing. You have unanswered questions that make for great storytelling. You don't have to know every little minute detail, right? This movie, oh my God. If you can keep up 5, what, 6 different planets they jump to? Or is it-
Yeah, for you're talking about in the first one, in the first act. Yeah, it's 5.
5. Okay. Yeah. 5, 6 different
5 planets. In
Yeah.
the first act.
Yeah.
Dude, it's like playing Star Wars: The Old Republic, and not completing a mission. You know what I mean? So much of this movie feels like the video game. I mean, it really does feel like the video game. It feels like, okay, well, I have to complete this mission, but you're only completing one mission, and then you get to jump from that planet to another planet. And when it comes to the force healing, and we all know that that's been in the video games forever, especially in Star Wars: The Old Republic, because every character has the ability to heal a dead character. We don't get the ability to kiss every character, although it is suggested. They could have completely cut that whole thing out and just let him die.
Yeah.
But it still wouldn't have made the scene any better or any worse. Jesus.
They killed everything, bro. It's dead.
Here's another point that I read earlier by somebody. The ending is shockingly anti-Reylo, but if you really think about it, JJ had to pull Palpatine back out to even be able to force Rey and Kylo back together.
Wait a minute. The ending is not anti-Reylo.
You don't think so?
No. He sits there and tells her that he loves her.
And then they kiss. He gives her the god freaking tongue.
Right. I thought the Reylos were whining about the fact that they killed Kylo off to begin with, though.
Well, no,
they're Kylo fans, you know.
Well, no, they're whining because there were multiple scenes in the movie that could have went Reylo, but they didn't until she dies.
I got it.
And then she's brought back. But there's multiple scenes in the movie, especially during their little Bluetooth sessions. Force Bluetooth, man, it's a new power. I'm gonna get on Star Wars: The Old Republic, and I'm gonna send it in. I'm gonna say, dude, I want that power. I want that freaking power added to my guy. You know, it doesn't matter.
Cool.
Force Bluetooth.
Is it 5G?
Yeah, exactly.
It's 25G, bro.
My thing now is what's to come in the future, because now by Disney canon, Starkiller Base was Ilum, right? Mm-hmm. Where the hell are Jedi going to get their damn crystals from?
Yep.
I don't even know that there is a Jedi Order left at this point.
There's Rey. She's a complete order herself.
Yeah. The bestest.
Yeah, stormtroopers killed Luke's aunt and uncle. That's true.
Half the Starkiller Base probably landed on a big planet, you know, like the Death Star, and they can just walk in there and pick crystals now. Yeah. You know, it's
horrible. Well, this has
they won't start if they like did this beyond episode 9. They wouldn't even give her character any motivation. She'll train new Jedi just because the plot says so.
Yep.
It's well, a critical. I'm gonna say that. I mean, you've been on the channel a lot. These leaks aren't really anything new to us from a year ago, from when they were actually starting to shoot the movie. But for them to be released like they were in this past 2-3 weeks, this is to try to get people to come see the movie. Yeah. We're gonna throw you a bone, and then nobody picked the bone up. They're like, all right, well, let's throw them another bone. All right, well, let's throw them another bone. Ooh, let's throw them Palpatine. Oh, let's throw them this. And and basically they're throwing shit at a dartboard trying to get people to come see it. You know, ooh, this is gonna make them come. And when they got no response from it, you know, so that's where all that stuff comes from. Those leaks came directly from Disney. They didn't come from anybody else. I get my information directly from Lucasfilm. So nobody else would know it unless you're actually working on the film. And I got news for you: the people working on the movie aren't going to release any leaks like that because they don't know what's happening in the editing room. So they know what scenes were shot. So a lot of your early leaks, you know, coming from like Pinewood and you know, those are coming from people that work at Pinewood, but they can't tell you that's going to be in the movie because a lot of that stuff never even happened in the movie because it was edited out. So if you're going to get a leak like that, you're going to get it from somebody who has seen the movie in editing, which the people I get stuff from in editing, I mean, you know, after editing, of course, they've seen the movie. So, and then I get to go see the movie, and oh God, thank God I had to pay for it. And I wish nobody would.
And it is sad, Jonathan. It's also sad Lucasfilm hasn't learned a damn thing from Solo or The Last Jedi before it.
Yeah.
Well, Jonathan, we had a huge effect on Episode 9. There's a ton of fan service in this movie. The problem is I don't want a forced reach around.
Exactly. Look what Chapter 11, 247 says. After Episode 3, George Lucas stated that that was it. The 6 episodes chronicled the life and death of Anakin Skywalker. Anakin was the chosen one who brought balance when he destroyed Palpatine, and for me, that's where it ended. You know what I mean? Rogue One gets added on as the new era for me because it's actually before A New Hope. So after what was it? After episode number 3, then you would throw on Rogue One to lead you off into A New Hope. You know, that's how you would watch that.
Mary Wilcox, technically yes, but they never wrote it into canon that Dantooine is a Jedi planet. That's EU stuff.
Yeah,
could write it in. But.
Unfortunately, I mean, this is the movie that they did. Those are the spoilers that are really worth mentioning. A lot of the movie is just really not worth mentioning at all. For everybody, you know, they're coming out saying you get a lot more on Finn's backstory. Really, you don't. Yeah, it's just brought up again that he was taken as a child and she was taken as a child, and they have some interaction, which really means absolutely nothing. This is Space Horse stuff, and you know, it completely takes you out of the movie. Who really cares?
And can you get into that Space Horse? Like, explain that. How are they breathing and they're riding on top of galactic starfighters? Like, oh my goodness!
It's a sci-fi movie, man.
No.
It's not supposed to make sense.
No, but even Star Wars made sense. Even when you looked at things connected, you know, mechanical things, even the storyline connected. What are they doing out there breathing space, riding on top of the galactic? No, please. Can you just take us through that scene?
Well, they're not in space.
Okay.
They're in the atmosphere when they're doing that. But there's a huge but there. We all know that. I don't know the physics of that planet that they were on, but the physics here is anything above 15,000 feet. You're gonna need air. It's gonna get cold. Apparently, there all you need is a hose jacket, and you're good to go up to 40,000 feet. Apparently, you can't sit in an airplane here at 40,000 feet, but I don't. You know, their atmosphere may be thicker. I don't know, but that whole part of the whole battle going back and forth with the ships and everything else, really, it looks like it was going to be a big, huge part of the movie, and it turned out to not be a huge part of the movie. It was happening and going on, but nobody really cared. I really didn't care.
What about the red beam that hits that planet? What was that? It almost kind of looked like a Death Star doing a giant laser beam on the planet, except maybe it wasn't in kill mode.
I guess it was.
It was in the trailer. It was a giant beam of red light hits the planet, and the ground explodes.
It looks like an olive. It looks like an olive pit with a pepper in the middle.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't remember that in the movie. I mean, it could have just been in the trailer in one of the scenes that they cut, but there were lots of scenes that they cut.
That happened a lot with Rogue One too.
Yeah, and there's lots of stuff in the trailer that's not in the movie. Which, you know, kind of is what it is. I give it a 4.5 out of 10. And I really only do that for, you know, they didn't kill off 3PO. They didn't kill off R2. They didn't kill off Lando. They didn't kill off Chewie. Poe did have a bigger role in this and did a good job. It's just, you know, the silly one-liners here and the one-liners there trying to make the movie funny. No, not how it's supposed to be. Just forced kind of stuff. And I don't mean force. I'm just forced.
Yeah, forced
kind of
upon
stuff.
us. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not good. And you know, JJ's going to be. You know, it was almost an impossible task to begin with. It still could have been done better, though. I mean, it honestly really could have. The story is not good. They really should have brought somebody in and listened to them instead of bringing somebody in, having them do stuff, and then just completely throwing it away. And yeah, you know, Bob Iger and had a lot to do with this. He's not. They really don't give a damn about the OT fans. They really don't. What they really care about is, you know, from now on is going to be a general audience rating. So general audiences won't like this movie either. That's the thing that I bring away from this movie is you have the people that like The Last Jedi. They're not going to like this movie. And then you have the people that dislike The Last Jedi. They're not going to like this movie. And then you have the general audience that doesn't know a damn thing about it, and they're going to be confused as hell through this entire movie.
Oh yeah.
So if you've never seen a Star Wars movie, this is not the first one to ever go see, because you're not going to know what the hell's going on, because people that know Star Wars, I know it backwards and forwards from you know 10,000 BBY all the way up till, you know, now, and I took me a little bit to figure out what the hell was going on with this damn movie. So, you know, your regular general audience isn't gonna do anything. And then, yeah. She just takes the Skywalker name. That's entitlement right there, because Luke is a father to her and Leia's a mother to her. Please. And then for her to go back to a sand planet, there's so many. Look, there's so many sand planets. Apparently, you know.
Somebody had asked a great question about Rey. They said, "How does a female like that learn how to swim?" And she was raised on a sand planet. That's a great question. Yeah, right.
How does she learn? How does she learn how to speak Wookiee?
Yeah, you know what I mean. Oh wait, there's a part in the movie where they run into some stormtroopers or whatever, and she goes, "It is okay for us to be here." She uses the Jedi mind trick. Is that true?
I'm sorry.
That scene was featured on Fortnite.
Yeah, there's a scene that she uses a Jedi mind trick on the stormtroopers. Oh gosh.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
It is okay that we're here.
Yeah, she actually, yeah, but you know, and then of course you get the stupid one-liner behind it, like nobody's ever knew that shit could happen before. Yeah, there's lots of little things in there that are just completely fan service, trying to bring you back to this and brings your memory back to that, which, you know, I kind of liked. But like I said, I don't like the forced reach around portion of it. I don't. It doesn't fit into the movie.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just really weird.
I
But I
just
mean,
want to know.
I'll be making a complete comprehensive video breakdown of the movie.
Yes.
You know, going, and it'll just be on a regular video. We just wanted to make sure that we could get out to as many people as possible right now after seeing the movie to let them know what in the actual hell they're getting ready to get into if they decide to go see this movie. I would not pay a dime to go see it. And we put it up on the screen earlier or in the chat earlier. If you want to see the movie for free, just text the Star Wars Dad, get a hold of him on Twitter at the Star Wars Dad, and he can get you a way to see it for free. So no sense in giving them our money. This thing is not good. I mean,
execute order number 9. People, do not go see this movie, man.
Yeah, I mean, I know there's temptation. You know,
yeah,
I know there's temptation to just to you know.
And I just want to say this real fast. I mean, you know, like I said, Craig, he's a shareholder. He's an insider. He just gave you the whole god dang story. You know what I mean? Run it back if you just joined us, and you would know exactly all the questions have been answered about the movie here. You know, he has been right since The Force Awakens, since the last piece of crap. I'm sorry, The Last Jedi. I mean, and follow him here on his channel if you guys have just came here, you know, just got here and you found us through Twitter or Facebook or whatever. You know, he's been on the money, and you know, once again, man, you know, we feel for those people that have put their time and energy into this thinking, going into this thinking that it was going the way they thought it was going to go, and it wasn't. That's one thing that I have to thank Mark Hamill for, was when he said during episode 8, it's not going to go the way you think it is. I took that into this one as well, and that's why I just backed off. And I'm glad. Thank you, Craig. You know what I mean? Thank you for sharing the info, man.
Yeah, I'm just going to get into a couple of questions that we got on there right now. Let's see. I don't know how Lucasfilm would accept this. Well, Lucasfilm doesn't care. At this point, they're done with 9. The other thing is, let's see here. Peter, yeah, thanks for that. Yeah, no problem, man. Good, you know, it's good for you to show up, get the info. Mark wants to know what was up with the kid at the end of the last movie. Not a damn thing. You never hear anything from Broom Boy. Yeah, I mean, honestly, you don't.
Yeah.
But then again, I mean, there's so many things that they did not use out of episode 8, which is good. But then again, when they promise you different things, they tried to put 4 hours worth of stuff or 8 hours worth of movie into 2.5, and we all know that you can't do that. But yeah, absolutely. All of this is just a big waste of time. It really is.
I always believed Broom Boy was Rian Johnson putting himself in the movie as a child.
Or Broom Boy was a child that Rian Johnson was trying to put himself in. I just rearranged your sentence.
You know, I just want to choke slam Rian Johnson, man. I mean, he sabotaged this. He wanted to do this. Oh, I want to make a movie where it's divided, you know, where some people say it was a bad movie and some people don't like it and do like it. And I mean, God, man, this kid they must have kicked him in his anus so many times, man, when he was younger. Like, I just don't understand.
I just saw Cinedave. Pop up in the chat. I ain't seen him till now.
Cinedave. What's going
something on, a Twitter page called IndieWire put some quote up today saying Rian Johnson says catering to fans rather than challenging them is a mistake. Why is he still talking?
Right?
Why are they still quoting him?
The movie's extremely bad. I give it 4.5 stars, just like I said, for the special effects team that worked on it, because they worked their butt off, and they did a really good job. And there were a few scenes in there that that it really felt Star Wars, but 95% of the movie is just hollow and goes absolutely nowhere, and nothing is seamless, and it's just really bad.
It's tuna box bad. Okay, it's galactic tuna box bad. It's bad, man. Oh man.
Well, if there's any of your friends or anything, or anybody else that wants to know anything about this movie, just refer them back to the link here, and they can go back through the live stream, because at the very beginning of this thing, we went through everything that goes through this movie. If we went through scene by scene, the ones that were good, the ones that were bad.
Yep.
And just take a link, everybody share it, so people come back to the live stream and know what they're getting themselves into. But yeah, the spoilers are here. They're all through the live stream, especially starting at the beginning. We start spoiling things right away, which is why I put it there, hey, with spoilers. So if you didn't want to know, well, sorry. So like we said before, if you like The Last Jedi, you're not going to like this movie. If you didn't like The Last Jedi, you're not going to like this movie. If you're general audience, you're not going to know what the hell's going on in this movie. So there's your three. There's your three options. Pick one. That's pretty bad. And for Lucas to not show up, just let you know exactly, what he thought of the movie as well. Because guaranteed he'd have been there, because it's his baby. But they started messing with Anakin, and once they started deleting his scenes and everything else, he was done. He was fed up. So, and I can't really blame him.
I just wanna before we go, I just wanna lead everybody into a galactic prayer for our favorite franchise, in which we once grew up with and taught us a lot of lessons and gave us a lot of lights and a lot of innovation as to being screenwriters and special effects artists and so on and so forth. We have to say, rest in peace, Star Wars. That's right, the original Star Wars. Rest in peace, man.
It's dead. Yeah, I mean, it really is dead. Which, at this point, shooting it in the head and putting it out of its misery is a good idea.
Yep.
It's better than everybody else just suffering. So,
the fat lady has sung, and it ain't on Broadway.
The good news is Jumanji 2 is funny, or 3, or whatever they're calling it. It's funny. Not as funny as the first one, but it's still funny. I'm not going to say go see Cats, because that's just weird and creepy. But, well, anyway.
Star Wars, they messed up. Star Wars, they killed off Star Wars, they messed it up.
Yeah, there'll be a full video coming out. Probably on Wednesday. What's this today? Tuesday?
Yeah.
On Thursday morning. Because I'm in the middle of putting it together now. But we wanted to get this information out to y'all, so y'all just know not to waste your damn time, or not to have your hopes up, because this is just awful. I mean, it really is. But anyway, we've been on for 2 hours now. I appreciate everybody that came to the stream to watch. Remember, just share the link on it. Share it all over Twitter for whatever you need to do, or share it on Facebook and have them come in so they can realize exactly what's happening.
And in the great words of Roxette, may she rest in peace as well, one of the band members. It must have been love, but it's over now. No more Star Wars, guys. It's done. So,
yeah, good night, everybody. D, yeah, man, dead ass on pretty much everything. So, yeah, been dead ass on for years. So, always have been, always will. So, we'll see y'all in the next one, and look out for the videos coming out. Make sure to subscribe over to Jay's channel. Jay comes out this week. We go over there and we do some adult content stuff over there when we talk about stuff. So
how'd I do? Hey, I didn't curse like a pirate. I did pretty good.
I was really surprised. I was the only one that really let out an F-bomb, but I mean, it caught me by surprise. I was thinking, how because Han Solo come back? How is this happening?
Man, that killed me right there,
dude. That was my initial reaction. I still can't hold back the damn thinking about it.
It's starting again.
It's that forced Bluetooth going on. So,
yo, you guys got to watch the beginning of the stream, bro. It's off the hook, bro. That's crazy. Oh man.
All right. I love all y'all guys and ladies in the chat, and we'll see y'all in the next one. Make sure y'all watch for the next video. We'll see y'all later.
Be with you guys.
Later.
Man. Later, guys.